My name is Jacob Sleeth, and I'm 22 years old.
I am the smartest man alive!
When I was 5 and 6 years old, I played flag football, and then from then on till my sophomore year of college, I played tackle football. I've always been a fan, I guess. My dad was into it, so I fell in love with it at the flag football level, and as I got older, I liked it more and more. Like the team stuff, and then basically the team I played with from 2nd grade on was the same team I played through all through high school, same kids and everything, so we kind of had a brotherhood, I guess you could call it. I just like the physical aspect of it, and then when I got older, I started to respect the teamwork, the camaraderie, and the friendships I built from it. But definitely like the physical aspect of it. That's probably my favorite part. It was never like if I couldn't play football, I wasn't going to go to college. It was just an added bonus, kind of. And then my senior year, I started taking it definitely more seriously and made it part of my college choice. I knew I wasn't good enough to go to Division I, so I focused on Division II schools, and that kind of led me to where I went, which was Colorado School Mines. The School Mines coach was the first one I talked to, and he came to my school and talked to my head coach, and then brought me in, and we kind of had a conversation. And that happened with like 5 or 6 schools probably. You know, I was at the top of my world, and now I'm at the very bottom again. So it was just, that was why I was nervous probably. They make you feel like you're going to be an important aspect of their team. So I felt like I knew I wasn't going to play my freshman year. They redshirt every single freshman. So I knew I wasn't going to play my freshman year, but I had the feeling that I would have a little more respect, I guess is the word, going into the season. But they kind of don't really pay attention to you. You're on scout team, and that's basically all you do is run another team's offense all day. I made a mistake going to Colorado School Mines, not necessarily playing college football, but going to that school, I definitely regret.
Your first injury?
Just concussions or all of them? I think the first time I broke a bone playing football was I broke my foot in 7th grade. That was an easy recovery. I wore a cast for 6 weeks and then I was fine. But then I've hurt my knee a couple times, but just kind of pulled stuff where I was out for a couple weeks. And then my freshman year of high school, I dislocated my thumb, and my doctor wouldn't give me a note to play with the cast, so I cut my cast off. Now I have thumb issues. Throughout my whole entire football career, I had small concussions where you see glitter and stuff, but I had one I had a concussion confirmed my sophomore year, where you have to like sit down and they had to do a bunch of tests on you. And then I definitely had a couple my senior year that I just didn't say anything about because I wanted to play. Like one time I definitely had a concussion, and the test they did was say the months backwards, and I don't think I could have said it faster at any point in my life except that one time. I don't know why, but wasn't in the right mind, but it wasn't a very accurate test. I played in the All-State game, and I ran the ball, and me and this kid hit helmet to helmet, and I don't remember basically anything after that for probably 12 hours. So that was definitely a concussion, and didn't tell anyone about that. Spring football came around, and I played all through the practices, which was I think 3 weeks long, and then there's a game at the end, and in the game I got hit and got another concussion to where I didn't remember much for probably 48 hours after that. I wasn't playing, I was on scout, so I was kind of letting them hit me and stuff. And then at that point I couldn't really work out after that. I was getting super bad headache. I decided at the end of summer that I was just going to be done playing football. Without football, I hated it. All the people I lived with were football players, so it was, I was alone doing calculus and physics by myself, and it was lonely and hard, and I just wasn't enjoying it. I identified as a football player. It was one of my core aspects of my life. So the fact that it just kind of ended so abruptly, and the fact that I had to choose, it wasn't like I had an injury that someone said I couldn't play. It was a personal choice, so I had to choose to take myself out of that world, which definitely sucked.
If you could go back, right, would you still play college football?
Mm-hmm.
Despite all the injuries?
Yeah, I would have still played. I love football, so.
Can we talk about your health
Mm-hmm.
now? And can you tell me if you think any problems have arose after all these football injuries?
The only thing I can think of is I had like a depression problem, and I don't know if that's because of concussions or if I was predisposed to it, but no actual physical parts of my body other than my thumb have any real issues.
So any like psychological issues after this? You think, when did your depression start?
It started towards the beginning of my career at mine, so it definitely could be linked, but I mean, I definitely had issues with that from the time I was 3 years old, so it might have made it worse, but it definitely, I don't think it stemmed from that.
So I'm sure you've heard about the disease CTE, yeah? Do you think that you could be at risk for this from all the head injuries you've had?
I mean, I'm definitely at risk for it, but I don't think it's going to be as, I hope it's not a part of my life.
Do you feel like football changed your life?
Yeah, definitely. It's probably more than, it's built who I am, basically. Good or bad.